Hi guys, Alex here from Drayton's. Here we've got an Audi A3 2-litre TFSI Sport Saloon with Quattro all-wheel drive, finished in floret silver metallic paint. All the wheels and tyres are in very good condition. These are 17-inch alloys. At the back you do get a decent sized boot, and the back seats will go down if you need any extra space. You do also have some through loading in the centre there as well if you want to carry longer items. At the back you do have the Quattro badge as well. This car has got MOT until the 13th of the 12th 2021 and will come with a full Audi dealership history. Black cloth interior with rock grey headlining. The seats are very comfortable. The slight sports seats, so you do have this support either side to keep you nicely in and supported. Up front we have A3 business as usual, so you got your rev counter on the left and your speedo on the right, with your onboard computer in the centre. Various different views you can have on there as well. So you have average MPG, average speed, things like that. You do also have an efficiency program which goes into a bit more detail about your energy usage, and you also have a digital speedo, which I personally prefer to the analog dials, but some people obviously prefer others. And you also have a reduced display on there, so you can turn it off completely if you don't want that distraction. On the screen we have Audi smartphones, that is Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you can put your own phone screen on the screen in the car. But if you prefer just to have your calls and your music coming through, then you can do that just via Bluetooth as well. You also have Audi sat-nav in colour, so it's a very easy sat-nav system to use, very efficient and nicely up to date as well. It's a really good system to be fair, but when you have the Audi smartphone, if you prefer using Google Maps or Waze, which I personally prefer using Waze, then you're not really going to use it that much, to be honest. You also have Audi Drive Select, so you've got various different modes. So comfort mode's more for around town. Auto, the car will judge what it thinks it should be doing and adapt to that environment. And your dynamic is your sportier setup. It's also good for motorway driving if you don't want to use the efficiency mode as well. You also have individual settings, which as you can see there, I've got engine and gearbox in dynamic and steering in comfort. So you have the advantage of having the sharper throttle response with the dynamic settings, but you also have the lighter steering with the comfort mode, so manoeuvrability is still really good as well. You've also got your vehicle settings, driver assist settings, and your servicing on here as well, so you can see when your next service is due, how many days, how many miles. You also have DAB, FM, AM radio, and you do also get a CD player which is located in the glove box as well, which is nice because a lot of cars nowadays don't have CD players at all. It's all Bluetooth or SD card, so it is nice to have that option if you're old school like I am and you like having a CD in the car. On the steering wheel we have a multifunction sport steering wheel, so you've got your multifunction controls for the screen in front on the left here, so you've got your menu button, and then you've got various different tabs. So you've got your media tab, which is obviously currently on radio, and you also have your mobile tab and then sat nav, so when you set a route it will show you next directions as well. Then we've got your volume controls, your voice activation, hands-free, so to answer and end calls, and then you also have a special character, so there's a few different presets you can have. For example, you can press that and it'll switch between radio and media, or turn traffic announcements on or off, things like that. On here we've got your start-stop button, which off and on. It's currently off. The light will come on when you turn the start-stop system off. You've got your stability control, and you can put the screen together away altogether just by pressing this button. It will keep your sat-nav routes live and things like that. It just puts it away, but it doesn't turn it off completely. And then you've got your drive select shortcut, so you can quickly scroll through all the different drive modes just by pressing that button rather than going through the whole menu itself. Down here we have an S-Tronic gearbox, so you have standard drive mode and you also have a sporty setup for the gearbox. So that will change the rev points to optimise for performance rather than efficiency, which is what the standard drive mode does for the gearbox. Then you have your swivel wheel and your shortcuts for the infotainment system. Everything's controlled from here, again, rather than going through the system itself. You can just click to radio to switch to radio, or switch to nav if you want to view your nav. And you also have an electronic parking brake as well. You can also get Quattro badging and this nice aluminium inserts in the doors. You also get cruise control, automatic lights and flappy paddles if you prefer a manual style of driving. A nice little extra is also heated and electrically folding mirrors with the auto dim function. So they're a nice little extra from new. You also get rear parking sensors, which is another extra, which makes parking a lot easier, especially in the saloon type body shapes, because then obviously you can't see the end of the car really. So it's nice to have that, especially if you're used to driving hatchbacks. So it's not often you find a car like this. So this is a 2-litre petrol engine with the Quattro all-wheel drive, and it's a saloon and automatic. So it's a very rare mixture of things to have on the Audis, but it's one that works very, very well. The car drives lovely, and especially with that Quattro all-wheel drive, you know you're always safe. You've always got that in the back of your mind. This car will come with 6 months gold cover warranty, which can be extended for as little as £199 for an extra 6 months. We also have a range of finance options available, so if finance is something you're looking for, then we can help you out with that as well. If you need any more information on this car or any of the other cars we have in stock, please go to draytons.co.uk. Thank you.